Hey, good morning, everybody. It's early morning to LALATE, the 6:30 edition. How are you? The toast is toasted, the butter is buttering. I'm here, you're here, and today could be here your third stimulus package bill. We've been waiting so long for it, and it actually exists. It just has not been released. But today could be the day. Now, we certainly know what's in there. I've been detailing it for several days. I had a pre-released version of the bill reduced to 30 pages from about 6,000 pages. 21 incredible items. And in this video, I'll be going over how you get these items. There's a lot of stimulus for a lot of people. The average viewer of this channel qualifies for about 5 items of stimulus in the bill. And some viewers can qualify for up to almost 15 to 10 different items of stimulus. That's a lot of stimulus. That's a lot of stimulus. And so I'm ready to rock and roll, are you? The toast is toasted, the butter is buttering. Let's get rock and rolling. This is Early Mornings LALATE. Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Early Mornings LALATE, and wow, we are upon the day in which stimulus will be the topic of discussion for Joe Biden. Today's Stimulus Day. Why? I'll tell you in just a second, but first go to the front channel, subscribe. Like this video, hit that alert button so you get alert when I next go live, which will be at 8:30 a.m. with Mornings LALATE. And also become a member. If you've not become a member, the member link is in the top of this video, in the pinned comment, also in the description, and over at the top of the chat. And yes, this is an instant premiere. You can chat with your Purple Power buddies, interact, express your thoughts about everything, and also welcome new members who join while this video is airing. And boy, there's so much happening across the board. I'm really excited for you, so let's get right to it without any delay. Let's get to the breaking news. The breaking news is that today is Stimulus Day. Today is Stimulus Day for Joe Biden, we are so told. Day 1 of the Biden administration was Climate Day. Day 2 was the Vaccine Day. And Day 3 today is the economy. We're going to see a series of rollouts. The rollouts will include his cabinet members being told to get money from first and second stimulus that is now law out to people's hands. That's the video before this. Also, to ensure that executive orders are implemented. That was the video before this. This video is about what else will happen today, which is presumably, as we've been told, we would see the third stimulus package bill and hear more about it. So far, we have about 30 pages that I have summarized for you down to a page and a half of 21 items that I've detailed for you as a PDF for members of this channel. The PDF details those 21 items which really have incredible amounts of stimulus. But there's a couple things to understand where we are currently with this third stimulus package. First, we learned last night that this was built from the ground up. It sounds like a car. It sounds like, the Bionic Man or something, like Lee Majors are going to roll in. Built from the ground up. The $1 Million Man or something like that. But no, this is actually a bill that was written from scratch. So it's not based upon merging other bills. It does have a Cash Act from 2020 in there. So that's sort of like a misnomer. But other than that, everything is brand new. Where are the items? How robust are the items? What you're going to see is that in the preview, the PDF that I gave to viewers, the Monday PDF, the January 18th, there is a series of 21 items, and in those 21 items, some items are very detailed, and other items are very vague, and other items are sort of all open. The interesting thing that we've seen sort of progress over the week is the narrative behind the items. Let me explain that. First, the $1,400 stimulus check, $1,400 for individuals, double that for married couples, $3,200 for adult dependents. That, got some sort of discussion throughout the week with AOC and others saying it should be $2,000, shouldn't be $1,400. When did it become $1,400? So the reason why it's $1,400 is because $1,400 plus $600 is $2,000. But that's sort of not particularly where we're supposed to be. no less than 2 weeks ago, it was supposed to be $3,400. It was supposed to be $2,000 plus $1,400. Chuck Schumer specifically told us there was going to be a $2,000 stimulus check in here in addition to the Cash Act. That didn't really happen either. Then the the document that we got that I detailed with you all the way through Monday, the 30-page summary of the 6,000-page bill, said, when it came to FPUC, I'm not really making an opinion. I'll leave it up to Congress to decide. It actually says that, even though it said I like the $400 a week number. Well, on Monday, Janet Yellen, Treasury Secretary to Joe Biden, appeared before Congress and basically said, hey, the bill's already written. It's $400 a week. So which one is it? It looks like the bill is written. It looks like the determination has been made, and it looks like the number just landed at 1.9 after the bill was written. UI, PUA, FPUC extended to September. Eviction moratorium extended to September. Mortgage forbearance extended to September. SSI and SSDI not part of this, a standalone bill. Student loan debt forgiveness not part of this, that's a standalone bill. Three items of hazard pay for state, hazard pay for private, and hazard pay tax credit. Now, the federal hazard pay is sort of interesting, or the public sector hazard pay, I should say. The money will go from the federal government to state and county and city, and then they'll put it on top of your check however they so choose, depending on which government agency you work for. But the private hazard pay, oh God, Lord, we just don't see anything about this yet in detail. So when we see this hazard pay, it's just going to be a ramp up. That's why this channel has brought back hazard pay into the programming lineup. On evenings, LALATE, between evenings and overnight, there's a new show on hazard pay, but brings back throwback videos, explains what the concept of hazard pay is, how it generally works, what's the numbers, what are generally eligible categories. Now, all that could certainly change when we see the bill, but it's important to understand how hazard pay works. And we just don't know yet from Joe Biden. My prediction is the federal government won't pay for hazard pay, that they're going to require your private employer to pay you hazard pay. So it's going to be basically a law requiring your current employer to pay you hazard pay. That has some implications to some viewers, meaning that if you were employed and are now unemployed, this may take an impact on you, or whether you worked for an employer and that employer is now bankrupt, or shut their door. How does that work? You see sort of a problem. And one of the things that you could drive a truck through the problem before I really open the door on this one is hazard pay under Nancy Pelosi's bill had a lot of stuff for food preparation. Well, restaurants are closed. So how do you have a business that's closed pay hazard pay? And when is the period of hazard pay and eligibility? Hazard pay is things that are open during the pandemic. Well, some things have been open during the pandemic, but recently closed. So we have all that confusion. Next, the business grants and the business loans is really going to be very exciting. What I want viewers to understand is that when you're looking at the third stimulus package, you're going to see a group of items where people qualify for a lot of stuff. The hazard pay people will be qualifying for two items. They'll qualify for hazard pay. They'll also qualify for potentially for the earned income credit. That's on the second page of the PDF. If you made less than $21,000, but you also worked as an essential worker, you'll get a $1,500 tax credit in addition to your hazard pay. Then the parents, they'll have about 3 or 4 items of hazard pay. They'll have, 3 or 4 items of stimulus. So they'll have their check, they'll have their child's check as stimulus check, and then they'll have the earned the tax credit, which will be anywhere from $300 to $3,600 per child. They'll have the child care tax credit for any child care costs that they have, up to about $8,000. And they'll also have the paid sick leave if their child's school is closed. Now you see how there's certainly, I just went through 1, 2, 3, 4 items of stimulus for just one person. If it sounds like a lot, it is a lot. If it sounds like a lot of money, it is a lot of money. If it sounds very elaborate, it is elaborate. It's more than just, hey, here's a check. It's a check and this and that and this and that. And ultimately, you're maybe very excited about this, and you should be, but do not be excited to wonder, where is the application? How do I apply? It's not there yet. We have an emoji for that. It's not law yet. So the things that you need to know is get that PDF as a member of this channel, read the PDF, understand it, and be ready to pounce as a purple hawk, because you know what the things are. Now, that being said, if you're a parent, but you're also low income, then get ready, because I have another group that's hitting me I'm going to go over next that concerns eligibility in the third stimulus package. That's low income. SSI, SSDI, Social Security, Railroad benefits. If you're or anyone on low income, less than $45,000 a year, you have no less than about 5 stimulus items for you in the third stimulus package. They are the stimulus check, they are free rent, they are free utilities, they are free internet, and free childcare. 5 items. There you go. So suddenly you may have thought, I just get one thing? No, you get 5 items. And I always, every single day, get the question, well, if I get this, do I also get that? I gotta repeat this. I have the sign behind me. You get everything. Until I say one or the other, you get everything. So long as you apply for it. Don't be a donut person. So yeah, if you're hearing about a stimulus check and you're like, what about that SSI thing at $200 a month in February? Well, what about do I get that or this? You get everything. Sometimes people just always assume there's a catch to think. There's a catch, right? It's this. No. You get everything. Everything that you qualify for, you can get. Next group, the business group. Business grants and business loans. The most confusing part of this is the fact that we now have multiple EIDLs from multiple periods and multiple years of being treated differently from different packages. And here comes Joe Biden with a third stimulus package with 2 more instruments about businesses. So how do we deal with that? The way you deal with it is the following. You presume so far that none of this has anything to do with what's happened in the past. Joe says he wants to give you a business as a grant if you're impacted from the pandemic. That presumably is new stuff. It's presumably, again, not either that or the or the $1,000 EIDL grant you got last year. It's not one or the other. It's in addition to, until we hear otherwise. The loan, a new loan to go start a business. And then finally, all that stuff that's still out there. Yeah, that's what things are going to get very confusing. The second stimulus package has been lost since late December, and some of the things are not out there or starting to be out there or just have become out there. And for the purposes of businesses, the EIDL is not coming out the way it's supposed to come out, and the PPP is just starting to come out. So PPP, you can go get from your private lenders, and just coming out today is the large big banks are doing PPP. But EIDL grants from the second stimulus, just not happening. The second stimulus bill says to pay grants for under the second stimulus package. They're not doing it, SBA. They're saying, no, we're going to take that money and pay people from the first stimulus package that weren't paid. That's not what the law says. We're doing this again. Yeah, I mean, it is fair. You're paying first come, first serve. The people have been waiting around since March or last year to get their grants paid. But the fact that I'm trying to report on something makes it very confusing. Let me say it another way. The second stimulus package passed in December says that around now you should be applying for an EIDL grant that was impacted by your business if you're agriculture or low income. Well, SBA says, no, you can't. We're not going to let you. What do you mean you're going to let me? That's the law. No, they're going to say we don't have enough money, so we're using that money for the unpaid grants from the 2020 applicants. Okay, so you're going to see sort of a messiness across the board. I don't want that to worry you, but that's where we are. Needless to say, the good news is that the third stimulus package bill is going to come out. And as soon as it comes out, there's going to be a lot of information. So I want you to stay here and stay with me. You're not going to have to worry to pounce that day because the bill is not law the day it comes out. The bill comes out in some form, and then it gets discussed, and then gets introduced to the House, and then gets introduced to the Senate. We're not anywhere near that point of a vote yet. So we have time to get informed about the bill and know how it impacts you and me. And with that, please subscribe. Go to the front channel and hit the subscribe button. Like this video, and also hit the alert so you get alert when I next go live, which will be at 8:30 a.m. with Mornings LALATE. Meantime, if you did not catch on overnight's LALATE, we have 3 shows now: How to Pay, EIDL, and Unemployment. And finally, if you've not become a member, consider becoming a member. Go to the front channel, hit that member link, It's actually not the phone channel. In the pinned comment, in the description, at the top of the chat, and also at the top of the video. 4 different places to become a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Calcino VIP. Stay informed, stay focused, and have a great morning. And I'll see you at 8:30 on Mornings LALATE.